What's up, guys? I hope everybody is doing well. Today I am going to do another SGC grading submission reveal. This is going to be my third submission, but the second one that I'm going to be making a video out of. The first one was just a one card order, so I didn't end up making a video about that one. But today, this order is a little bit of everything. Nothing too crazy as far as like value-wise, but it is kind of cool because there's everything from women's soccer to Pokemon to Formula One, basketball. There's a little bit of everything. It's only a 6-card order though, so there's a lot of variation in this order. So a few numbers on this one: $25 per card through Nash Cards, through the group sub that they do. The cards were received by SGC on August 26th. The grades popped on September 29th, and they were at my door on October 6th. So basically 24 business days from when SGC got the cards to when the grades popped. So really not bad at all. The time outside of that, the shipping to Nash Cards processing them, and then once the Nash Cards gets the cards back, the time that it takes them to ship the cards to me, like you can't really hold that against SGC. So it is still really impressive turnaround times, especially for the price. If you go straight through SGC, I think these would have cost like $30 a card. If you go through a group subber, you can get them as low as $25. So it is really impressive. I am a big fan of SGC. So let's go ahead and dive right into this first card. Like I said, a little bit of women's soccer in this one. This is a 2003 SI Kids Abby Wambach. This is one of those cards that you used to have to tear out of the magazines as a kid. A pretty cool card, and the reason that I sent this in is because there aren't a whole lot of them graded. But I didn't realize that SGC apparently doesn't grade these. They only authenticate them. And this was in really good condition. So part of the motivation for me sending this in was, I saw a couple were just authenticated. So a part of the motivation was, if I could get this graded and get it in a high grade, that could actually be, a kind of a sneaky card. I guess SGC doesn't grade them though, so I just got it authenticated. So probably what the plan for this one is, like I said, it's super clean. So I'll probably just hold it for a little while. It's protected in this slab. Hold it for a little bit. And then maybe one day if PSA opens up some lower levels, I might send it into them because it was super, super clean. And these cards actually sell for a few bucks if they're in good condition. So happy to get that one back. Was a little bit bummed that, of course, it didn't get graded, but it is what it is. I guess I learned my lesson there. I didn't know that about SGC. So here's a pretty cool one. This is a 2000 Topps Pokemon, the TV animation. This is the Pikachu. This is a really, really strong grade for this set. I'm sorry that I have to hold the card at sort of a weird angle, but if I don't, you get that nasty glare. So this is a really, really cool card. I love this thing. And a 9.5 Mint Plus is a very strong grade for this card, like I said, with this being one of the acetate cards. So was very, very happy with this one. A lot of these I'm not really sure on the value on, but definitely a really nice card that I'm happy to have, and I think that's a really, really cool picture. So Mint Plus 9.5 from SGC on that one. And then next we have another card out of that same set. This is the Charizard out of that set. This one got a 9. Again, a pretty strong grade for this set. These are pretty tough grades. So I was fairly happy to get a 9 on this. I thought this one actually had a shot at, a 9.5 or maybe even a 10, but there was a little bit of an edge issue up here. So I think that a 9 is more than fair. And like I said, these acetate, these clear cards are such difficult grades. But again, just a really, really cool card. I love this thing. And if I'm not a huge Pokemon guy, but if I have this and the Pikachu for a long time, I'll be happy to have these. These are very, very cool, and I think they look really good in these SGC slabs. A lot of people don't like the look of the SGC slabs. I think they're great. I've also heard that they feel cheap. I don't agree with that at all. They're certainly not as sturdy as BGS, but I think they're right there with PSA, so I don't really understand people saying that they look and feel cheap. I like them a lot, and I think this card looks really good in that slab. All right, so moving on to, again, a lot of variety in this one. You can tell from the back here that this is the Topps Chrome Sapphire F1 set, and this is Lewis Hamilton Grand Prix winner. This is just, a base, essentially a base insert, but it is Lewis Hamilton, and I thought that it was in really good condition. I noticed somewhere on here, I don't think there's any way you're going to be able to see it on camera, but one of the corners back here is a little dinged, and I guess I just missed that when I was looking it over. So I think a 9.5 is a perfect grade. That's one of the things about SGC that I'm learning, and that I've heard from other people, is that they're very consistent, and I think that holds true. I think this card was basically flawless, but just that little bit of a dinged corner wherever it is hiding from us. I think a 9.5 is exactly what this card should have graded. So happy to have this one. Any of this F1 Chrome Sapphire, I love to have any of these cards, even if it is just, a base insert. It is Lewis Hamilton though, so pretty cool card. All right, next up, this is again a card out of the Topps Chrome Sapphire F1. This is a Max Verstappen, and this is the driver of the day, Brazil. This one did get an SGC 10. I thought this, unlike the Lewis, which had just that little minor issue, I thought this one was pretty much perfect. So I was expecting a 10, and it got a 10, and I think that's a really cool looking card, actually. So yeah, I like it a lot. And again, same thing with the Lewis. It is just, sort of like a base insert, but anything Max Verstappen, Lewis Hamilton for $25 a card, I feel like is worth grading, especially when it's in as good a condition as this one was. All right, so the next one is definitely the biggest card in the order, and definitely my favorite card in the order. This is the 2012 Panini Crusade card number 5, Kobe Bryant, and this one did get a 10. So that is a pretty big card. I haven't checked comps recently, but I think PSA 10s go for around 700. So, you can kind of determine the value of what this would be. This might be a pop 1 in an SGC 10 or maybe a pop 2. There are a decent amount of PSA 10s at this point because people realize that they have value, so they started grading them. But this one has a pretty cool story. I was at a small show in the town that I live in, and I was going through a guy's dollar boxes and actually found this one and another one. I found 2 of them in his dollar boxes, and just asked him, what do you want for these? And he said $2 each. So got them for $4 total, and didn't know what they were worth, but knew they were worth something, and got home and looked them up, and they were selling for like $150 to $200. And I was like, okay, well, that was a good purchase. And then looked them over and realized that they looked really good. I ended up selling the other one. It had a little bit of a corner issue, but this one basically looked perfect. So decided to hold on to this one and ended up grading it with SGC, and I am very happy that I did. Came back a 10. And like I said, this was definitely the biggest card in the order, so I was happy that I was able to 10 this one. That's going to do it today. Like I said, nothing too crazy with this order, but I love watching submission reveal videos, and I really enjoy making them too. So anytime I get a submission back, I'm going to make a video out of it. So thank you guys for watching, and I will see you on the next one.